Are you ready to go from cluttered mess to organized success? This is possible following my easy 6-step process. A bit about me and how I came up with my process. I am an industrial engineer, a notorious overthinker, and I have ADHD. This is a dangerous combination. I have researched organization systems extensively, trying to figure out what does and what does not work. I have learned that some brains are just wired differently, meaning that one style does not fit all. I also know that although styles may vary, the steps do remain the same. As a disclaimer, I do approach organization with the brain of an engineer who loves processes, puzzles, and problem solving, but also as someone who's neurodivergent and understands that a lot of traditional advice just doesn't usually work for me. In a prior job role, part of my responsibilities involved performing and teaching a class on 5S, which stands for Sort, Set, Shine, Standardize, and Sustain. This is a typical organization process used in manufacturing. There are a lot of other processes, and one common variation uses the acronym SPACE, which stands for Sort, Purge, Assign, Contain, and for the EI I've seen, Embellish, Evaluate, or Equalize as some common variations. There are parts of each version that I liked, but they didn't quite have everything. I did like that 5S had Shine and Standardize, but with Space you had to pick one of the E options. I also like how Space broke down Sort and Purge and set it into Assign and Contain. How do I fix this? Well, the easiest way is to take Space and just add an S. So for the S I added Sustain, and for the E I picked Embellish. It's a minor fix, but it solves it, so now we have spaces. First, we're going to pick one area of our house, just one, and make it a small one, like a junk drawer or a shelf in the closet. Now, repeat after me. One small space. I know, it's tempting to take on a big area, but if you don't finish it all in one session, or if you get sidetracked, not looking at myself, you end up with a bigger mess than you started with until you can resume, and this can be very discouraging. Step 1 is sort. Step 1 and step 2 are by far the most important steps. The real problem most people have is that we have too much stuff, and it's not a lack of organization. Start with one of the many empty containers or boxes I'm sure you have lying around and add the labels to them. You can print out something fancy or use masking tape and a Sharpie. Go crazy. Use 2 colors. I vote for keep it simple, quick, and easy, so I pick masking tape. The first box or boxes that we need is for keep. This can be broken down into subcategories depending on the area you're working on, but try to keep them pretty general. For example, a bathroom closet you may have medication, first aid, cosmetics, hair and body, and other. Having too many categories at this stage will just bog you down, so just a few keep boxes. Next up is toss. This category addresses things that are expired, damaged, empty, or what others we consider garbage. I know, this can be a struggle, but it needs to be done. If you're worried about the environment, your stuff has already taken up space, it's already had the impacts of production and transportation, and holding on to it doesn't take it away. Actually holding on to things to avoid declutter anxiety actually makes you more likely to continue to bring more into your house, which is worse for the environment. Next is damaged items. If something is damaged and can't easily be repaired, toss it. But can I donate it, you think? Surely someone could use it. No. Others don't want your damaged items either. And if you donate to charity, most of them just throw it away since it's broken. So not only is it still now tossed away, you're also causing the volunteers more work. Please don't be that person. But maybe I can repurpose it. All those empty jars, containers, and random things, yeah, surely I can do something with them. I have seen so many posts of, what can I make with this? And it's garbage. I'm a crafter, so I feel ya, but no. Unless you have a project in mind already and saving with intention, just say no. Do I need to say this again? Please, just toss it. Quick tip. Go grab a black garbage bag and walk around your house and fill it up, then take it straight to the bin. You would be amazed at what that can do, and trust me, I know this is hard. I joke that my 3 arch nemesis are garbage, laundry, and dishes, so I get it. Next up is donate or sell. This is for the things you say, what is it, or why do I have this? Don't talk yourself into stuff, seriously keeping it. I use donate and rarely sell because it's quick and easy. Pick a location that supports a good cause you can get behind, and then you're helping others. Also, don't forget, once done sorting, put it in your car or somewhere obvious, leave a note, or set an alarm on your phone so you don't forget to actually take it and drop it off for a donation. Never done that before. Selling takes effort, so this is where you need some boundaries. For a garage sale, if it's some arbitrary future date or you don't know when, just donate. You're just relocating clutter versus removing it. So if you don't have a date, move on. For online marketplace, set a dollar minimum of where you will take the effort to sell and then have a sell by date. If it's not gone by then, it goes to donate. Next up is does not belong. These are things that just don't belong in this area. They get dropped off, left behind. We have a box to make sort go quicker, and to be honest, if I took every little thing back to where it goes, I would probably get sidetracked and forget to come back, so I just set it in the box and move it when I'm done. Step 2 is purge. This is beyond what we did in step 1. It's now to look at what's left in the keep and to continue the purge. I will say the more and more you do this, the easier it actually gets to get rid of things. Why is it a separate step? Well, sometimes we forget that what we have until we put it into categories and truly see the volume. True story, sorting all my clothes, and I didn't realize how many pairs of black pants I had. Once I did, I could try them on, pick out my 2 or 3 of my favorites, and then I put the rest to the donate pile so somebody else can have them. Here are 7 questions to ask yourself during purge. Is it in good condition or easily repaired? Have I used it in the last year? Do I have a future purpose for it again? Would I actually purchase it again? Do I have duplicates or something else similar? Can it easily be replaced? Or the 20/20 rule, meaning and less than $20 in less than 20 minutes. I kind of take mine to an hour because I live in the country. And most importantly, do I love it? Does this have a purpose in my life? If you're no to all those things, then you probably don't need it. The next step is assign. A home for everything and everything in its place. I don't know who first said it, but the sentiment's still accurate. First look at where things are when you use them versus where they're supposed to go. Remember, this system is for you, not for someone else or someone else's Pinterest board. Remember, all brains are different. An example, I open and sort my mail in the kitchen, so I had baskets on the corner of my desk for my mail, not at some other office location. Look at where you tend to leave things. This is a big clue of how you naturally function. Don't fight it, but embrace it. Work on deciding where everything will call its home and then start assigning homes. Step 4 is contain. This is where we get all our baskets and bins out. So you might ask, why is containing items important? Well, first, it actually establishes a home for everything. That way you know where it lives. Next, it sets boundaries. So for example, if you have a basket full of something and once it becomes full, you've hit the boundary, the basket's the bad guy, so either you need to purge more or bring nothing else in. Next, it looks intentional. A basket of cords looks on purpose, whereas a pile of cords just looks messy, even if they're in the same home. Start by trying to use what you have, and if you need a couple more baskets or containers, just hit up your local dollar store. Why not go all out? Well, because it honestly takes a while to figure out what is and isn't working, and trust me when I say it is a lot less painful to change up your system when you don't have a lot of money invested. Trust me, I've been there a few times. My next post is on organization styles. I'm going to go room by room in my own home and call it as part of a 2023 organization challenge and show what I've kind of done, particularly for those who are also neurodivergent. So for now, just keep it simple with open baskets and bins, keep it visual, general categories. This is just a big step forward for you. Step 5, embellish. There are 3 parts to embellish. First, we clean. This is where we make sure that our areas are cleaned, wiped down, shelves, drawers, any general cleaning that needs to be done. This is also a good time to touch up that paint or any basic little maintenance tasks just to make your area pretty. Then labels. Labels help you, your family, any visitors, or anybody visually see where everything goes. And it actually increases the odds of putting things away. So you're thinking, oh, I need to make fancy labels. Hold your horses. Not yet. We're still trying to figure out where we want everything and what functions best. So we are going to pull back out the old masking tape and Sharpies. Go wild crazy. You can use 3 or 4 colors and make it pretty. But keep it simple. Another option are the chalkboard labels because you can wipe them off. And trust me, you're going to probably move things around as you're figuring it out, so you're going to appreciate masking tape versus the expensive labels. Next is decorate. This is the fun step. This is where you get to add your little personal touches, make it your own, and be like, wow, look at this amazing space I created. Step 6 is sustain. This is where we keep the process working. This is where you set boundaries for yourself. You have a weekly pickup time or daily pickup time or different checkpoints to make sure that you're keeping up with your organization. This is also a really good time to check back and see what is and what isn't working. Something I like to remind people is that if something isn't working, it's the process, not the person. This is where you decide what changes or improvements can be made to keep honing and adjusting to get the right system. Honestly, I've had a lot of trial and error, and you got to remember that what worked for me may not work for you. In my last post, I shared my top 5 benefits I experienced personally by getting organized. So if you're struggling, go back and review the why. I hope you enjoyed this. Please leave any comments on areas that you're struggling with that can maybe address in the future, and please subscribe and have a great day and get started.